My name is Sarah. I am 22 years old. I live in a small town with my parents. My life was simple. I helped my mother at home. I sometimes read books and watch the sky from my window. I never thought much about marriage. I believed love was important. I believed marriage should come from the heart. One day, my parents told me they found a man for me. His name was Adam. They said he was good, educated, and kind. They said he had a job and a good family. My mother smiled when she talked about him. My father said this marriage was good for my future. I listened quietly. My heart felt confused. I asked my parents if I could meet him. They said yes. A few days later, Adam came to our house with his family. He was tall and calm. He spoke politely. He looked at me with respect. He did not talk much, but his voice was soft. Everyone seemed happy. Everyone said he was perfect. But I felt nothing. No happiness. No excitement. No love. That night, I cried alone in my room. I asked myself many questions. Should I say yes? Should I say no? I was afraid to hurt my parents. I was afraid of making a wrong choice. In my culture, saying no is not easy. My parents waited for my answer. After many days, I said yes. The wedding day arrived quickly. The house was full of people. There were lights, flowers, and music. Women laughed and talked loudly. Men greeted each other. Everyone said I was lucky. Everyone said I looked beautiful. I wore a heavy dress. It was red and shiny. My hands were full of bangles. My head felt heavy. My heart felt heavier. When I looked in the mirror, I saw a bride. But I did not see happiness in my eyes. I tried to smile, but it was hard. My mother hugged me and said everything would be fine. She said love comes after marriage. I wanted to believe her. Adam was sitting across from me during the ceremony. He looked calm and serious. He did not look nervous. When our eyes met, he smiled gently. I smiled back, but my smile was weak. The ceremony continued. People prayed. People clapped. Words were spoken. Promises were made. I repeated the words with a low voice. My hands were shaking. My heart was beating fast. When the marriage was complete, everyone cheered. They said we were husband and wife. They said our new life had started. I felt empty. After the ceremony, Adam came closer to me. He spoke kindly. He asked if I was tired. I nodded my head. He said I could rest. His words were caring, but I did not know how to feel. At night, I sat alone in a quiet room. The noise was gone. The lights were dim. I could hear my own breathing. I thought about my old life. I thought about my dreams. I thought about love. I asked myself if love was really important. I asked myself if I could live without it. I felt scared of the future. I did not know what kind of husband Adam would be. I did not know what kind of wife I would become. Adam knocked on the door softly. He asked if he could come in. His voice was gentle. I said yes. He sat at a distance. He did not come too close. He said he understood I was nervous. He said marriage was new for both of us. He said we could take time. He promised to respect me. His words surprised me. I did not expect kindness. I did not expect patience. Before leaving the room, he said one thing. He said, I know we did not marry for love, but I will try to make you feel safe. After he left, I sat silently. My heart was still heavy, but something small changed inside me. I was still afraid. I was still unsure, but I felt a small comfort. That night, I slept with many thoughts in my mind. I did not know what tomorrow would bring. I did not know if love would ever come. But my new life had begun, and there was no turning back. The morning light entered the room slowly. I opened my eyes, and remembered that I was in a new house. Nothing felt familiar. The walls were different. The air felt strange. For a few seconds, I forgot where I was, but then everything came back to my mind. I was married. I was in Adam's home. I got out of bed quietly. I washed my face and looked at myself in the mirror. I looked calm, but inside I felt nervous. I did not know what to do. In my parents' house, I knew every corner. Here, I felt like a guest. I went to the kitchen. Adam's mother was there. She smiled when she saw me. Her smile was warm. She asked me if I slept well. I said yes, even though my sleep was light and full of thoughts. She gave me tea and asked me to sit. Her voice was gentle. It made me feel a little relaxed. After breakfast, Adam left for work. He told me where everything was in the house. He asked me if I needed anything. I said no. He looked at me for a moment, like he wanted to say something more, but then he smiled and left. The house became quiet. I walked slowly from one room to another. I touched the curtains, the table, the chairs. Everything was clean and neat. The house felt safe, but it did not feel like mine. I started doing small work. I cleaned the kitchen. I washed some clothes. I cooked lunch. I wanted to stay busy. When I worked, I did not think too much. When I stopped, my thoughts came back. I missed my mother. I missed my old room. I missed my simple life. I felt lonely, even though I was not alone in the house. In the afternoon, Adam's mother sat with me. She asked about my family. She told me stories about Adam when he was young. She laughed softly. She said he was quiet but kind. She said he respected people. Listening to her, I felt a little comfort. When evening came, Adam returned from work. He looked tired, but he smiled when he saw me. He thanked me for the food. He ate quietly. He did not complain. He did not ask many questions. After dinner, we sat in the living room. There was silence between us. It was not angry silence. It was careful silence. We both did not know how to speak. Adam broke the silence. He asked if I felt okay in the house. I said yes, but my voice was low. He noticed. He did not push me to talk more. He told me about his work. He told me his office was busy. He told me he liked simple things. I listened quietly. I did not know what to say, but I listened. Then he said something that stayed in my heart. He said he knew I did not choose this marriage by love. He said he also did not know me well. He said marriage was not easy for him either. He said he did not want to force anything. He said we could take time to understand each other. He said respect was more important than love in the beginning. His words were calm and honest. I looked at him carefully. For the first time, I tried to see him not as a stranger, but as a person. That night, I lay in bed thinking. My life was different now. I did not feel happiness, but I also did not feel fear. I felt something between them. I felt safe. The days slowly passed. Every morning, Adam went to work. Every day, I learned more about the house. I learned where things were kept. I learned how Adam liked his tea. I learned that he liked silence after work. Adam never raised his voice. He never made me feel small. Sometimes he asked if I wanted to go outside. Sometimes he brought small things for me, like sweets or flowers. These things were simple, but they mattered. I was still not in love. But I was not unhappy all the time. There were moments when I felt calm. There were moments when I felt thankful. One evening, while making tea, I realized something. My hands were not shaking anymore. My heart did not feel heavy all the time. I was breathing easily. Adam came and sat near me. He asked me how my day was. This time, I answered with more words. I told him about the house. I told him about his mother's stories. He listened carefully. For the first time, I felt a small connection. It was not love. It was not deep. But it was real. That night, I looked at the ceiling and smiled softly. My marriage did not begin with love. But maybe love was not the only beginning. Maybe understanding could come first. Maybe care could grow slowly. I closed my eyes with a new thought in my heart. Time might change things. And for the first time since my wedding day, I felt a small hope for tomorrow. Days turned into weeks. Life in the new house became more familiar. I knew when the sun came into the rooms. I knew which window made noise in the wind. I knew the sounds of the house at night. Slowly, the house stopped feeling strange. Every morning, I woke up early. I helped Adam's mother in the kitchen. She taught me new recipes. Sometimes we talked, sometimes we worked in silence. She never forced me to speak. Her calm nature made me feel safe. Adam continued his routine. He woke up, drank tea, and went to work. Before leaving, he always asked if I needed anything. At first, I always said no. Later, I started saying small things. Sometimes I asked for fruits. Sometimes I asked for books. He always remembered. One afternoon, Adam came home earlier than usual. I was surprised to see him. He said his work finished early. He asked if I wanted to go for a short walk. I felt nervous, but I said yes. We walked slowly on the quiet street. People passed us, but no one spoke. The air was soft. The sky was light blue. We did not talk much at first. The silence felt natural. After some time, Adam asked me about my dreams. The question surprised me. No one had asked me that in a long time. I thought for a moment. I told him I liked reading. I told him I wanted to study more. My voice was low, but honest. He listened carefully. He did not interrupt. He did not laugh. He said my dreams were important. He said marriage should not stop a person from growing. His words touched my heart. That evening, I felt lighter. Something inside me opened a little. One night, I had a bad dream. I woke up scared. My heart was beating fast. I did not want to cry loudly. I tried to calm myself, but I could not. Adam heard me. He knocked softly and asked if I was okay. I told him I had a bad dream. He did not ask questions. He brought me water. He sat quietly until I felt better. That moment stayed with me. It was simple, but it meant a lot. Slowly, I started sharing small things with him. I told him what made me sad. I told him what made me smile. He shared his thoughts too. He told me about his work pressure. He told me he felt lonely sometimes. I realized he was not perfect. He had worries. He had fears. He was human, just like me. One day, Adam's mother asked me if I was happy. The question was sudden. I did not know how to answer. I stayed quiet for a moment. Then I said I was learning to be happy. She smiled and held my hand. That night, I thought deeply. I remembered how scared I was on my wedding day. I remembered how empty my heart felt. Now, the emptiness was smaller. It was not gone, but it did not hurt as much. Adam and I started spending more time together. We drank tea in the evenings. Sometimes we watched television. Sometimes we talked about small things. These moments were not exciting, but they were peaceful. One evening, Adam told me he was proud of me. He said I adjusted to the new life with patience. His words surprised me. No one had ever said that to me before. I felt warmth in my chest. I did not say anything, but my eyes filled with tears. Not sad tears, soft tears. I realized something important. Love was not always loud. Love was not always fast. Sometimes love was quiet. Sometimes love came as care, respect, and patience. I was still afraid to call it love. But I could feel something growing. Something gentle. That night, I stood by the window and looked at the moon. I thought about my journey. I married without love. I entered this house with fear. But now, fear was leaving slowly. I did not know what the future held. I did not know if this feeling would grow stronger. But I knew one thing. I was no longer alone. For the first time, I felt that my marriage was not just a duty. It was becoming a connection. And that thought brought peace to my heart as I closed my eyes and welcomed the night.